Yeah, yeah. Because that's what I'm looking for. Where the aim is comedy, right? So जैसे इसमें he's I guess he's talking about Landa Bazaar, but थोड़ा इन्होंने it's obvious that he's not like a musician first kind of thing. It all
हाँ.
seems to be in the vein of parody. And the examples, if I want to come up with them, are दो या तीन नाम होंगे over like 25 years. तो
Well, the
वही
rubber
वाली
band
बात है.
maybe like Ahmed Butt was part of EP, like the most serious of serious music.
Yeah. Huh.
And
And Muru is just versatile, I guess. तो उसकी तो Faris also has some comedy bits to him. I think
right.
हाँ I think the common thing we have is कि light-hearted vibes हो सकती हैं, but out and out comedy शायद doesn't seem to be a big
And
thing.
political music, I think, is up to like social commentary maybe, but it's so tied, social commentary and political music, and this is not really an environment where people feel safe making political music. Like in a way, the last very strong political commentary music came from Begharat Brigade, which is Ali Aftab Saeed, Alu Ande, and then Ali Aftab went solo and he did a bunch of songs. But I don't know if anybody else has been as bold as him in terms
Yeah.
of releasing songs like that. And I don't know if it's necessarily the environment where you can.
That's the sort of angle that I was also wondering कि क्या पाकिस्तान में मेन स्ट्रीम पोजीशन में ह्यूमर की फिलहाल जगह नहीं है. Like people don't feel like this is worth doing at the time, or people perhaps just don't feel like funny.
Humor
YouTube पे I wonder, do we have a lot, because there is a lot of like
that are happening. I think they've taken that space.
क्या नाम है, prank sort of humorous sort of content on like reels या TikTok या ऐसा कुछ. But even on YouTube, everyone's doing a podcast, issues के ऊपर बातें हो रही हैं, serious बातें, and I don't know if people are doing even vlogs as much anymore. Maybe they are. I think this is a new uncle issue for me to have.
One big thing that we're missing is abhi main keh raha tha, I think we lost connection for a second. Is ke Pakistan TV pe there's a ton of late night comedy shows.
Yeah,
Tabish jo show karta hai, and then there's
Mazakrat.
तो वो 2-3 there's like really big comedy shows, and वो जो Punjabi stage drama lineage 2 news talk show, like वो lineage काफी strong है, so that's taken up a lot of the comedy space. और फिर comedy ये करते हैं लोग सब जो Instagram comedians हैं, ये अब्बास और अली सुफियान.
Yeah.
So these guys are really big. So maybe it's not happening in the music sphere as much. And I think kind of what you're saying is like, do we make lighthearted music also? But there's a lot of serious music, perhaps more serious music than there may have been in the past. It's like not really a mood jahan lighthearted gaane bane. Like 2003 mein Parvez Musharraf era, we were all feeling really good.
Yeah.
मतलब ये कि उस ज़माने में Indus music, there was a kind of celebratory vibe to it. अब वो situation नहीं है. इसलिए वो वाले गाने नहीं बन रहे, थोड़े डार्क वाले गाने बन रहे हैं. Generally, I think the situation's a little bit less lighthearted.
Yeah, I feel it's not just कि people are making serious music, तो मैं भी serious music बनाता हूँ. People might be feeling more serious also. तो वो शायद बात ना आ रही है. Like all the crush.
And I think it's very palpable in on the streets, in people's houses. So this is the most I've traveled back in a long time. And I go in phases, और फिर जब मैं जाता हूँ तो मुझे हर चंद महीनों बाद difference नजर आता है in people's sort of level of optimism and hopefulness. And maybe it's just the people I'm surrounded by, but it feels to me, at least in our generation or our circle of people, mood has dipped quite a bit. And there was this sort of obviously like pre-election जो थोड़ा ऑप्टिमिज्म इमरान खान से अटैच था, अब वो भी एक हद तक चला गया, so it's not really a zone where people come in making light-hearted hopeful music. Like जो थोड़े jokes हैं वो भी काफी हद तक dark होते हैं, which is not to say none of it exists, but it's just that if you look at the overall tone, it's changed from the early 2000s, and the comedy has been taken up by other people. Or music में शायद वो social commentary or politics इतनी नहीं है. It's not as safe to make those same sort of commentaries as it used to be. Like अब आप इतनी आसानी से नहीं कर सकते. And most of the musicians now are also independent. I think that's the other thing to consider. Okay, they don't really have that much to stand on. So
Yeah.
many may not feel as secure or as safe making those commitments. They're not getting like, मतलब आप YouTube पे कुछ डाल देंगे लेकिन कोई आपके साथ खड़ा नहीं होगा if something
Yeah.
goes wrong or something goes
If
haywire.
somebody has an issue with your stance.
Or if you get cancelled, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, अब एक वो भी है ना social media element, like,
Sure.
forget issues of like safety and so forth. But even if one of your opinion goes wrong, so
Huh.
that ruins your entire kind of career trajectory. And do you want to take that risk?
Arguable how far cancellation really goes for people. Like, it is something that people seem to be very aware of. Okay, this is a possibility. And interesting that you said all the thing that you go in phases. I felt also okay because we don't live in Pakistan. तो जब हम जाते हैं हम वक्फे के साथ, it's like every time we visit it's a new episode of the Pakistani story and we can see कि अच्छा नहीं पहले से ज़्यादा, which if you're living there it might be harder to keep track of from a day-to-day thing. But yeah, khair, so Oye Harry has the responsibility of all humorous music in Pakistan as of now. Congratulations. Yeah,